Okay. For SST, I'm again telling you the chapters that will come in your SA2 exam, SA2 syllabus, as you have also got in your parents' handbook. For SST, chapter 14, different means of transport, chapter 15, understanding communications, chapter 16, our cultural heritage, chapter 17, national symbols of India, and chapter 18, our rights and duties. And revision lessons will be there. Chapter 1, India, our land, our country. Chapter 9, our soil and water resources. Chapter 12, our agriculture and livestock. So livestock, yes. So these are the chapters that you can see that is marked in red. You all know it, you all have the syllabus, but still I am showing you this. If you need it, you can mark it. Okay, so these are SST chapters, and now I'm going to show you science chapters. Yes, here also the portion that is marked with red color. You can see here only the portion that is marked with red color. Okay, you can see it is clearly visible. Summative assessment 2, chapter 9, weather, air and water, chapter 11, force, work and energy, chapter 12, our universe, chapter 13, soil. And the revision lessons that will be there, they are chapter 3, reproduction in animals, chapter 5, our food and nutrition, chapter 14, pollution. Okay, these revision lessons you have already done it previously. For previous exams, you have read these chapters, and 9, 11, 12, 13, these are the new chapters we have already completed, and we will do force, work and energy in the next class. So today you open your SST book. Let's see what we were doing, what we have done in the last class. Everyone open SST book. So this is the part, everyone open SST book. Yes, Noras, Nusaiba and Deboshmita, I can see you have raised your hand, but I will talk to you at the end of the class, okay? Because we have just started. So I will tell you about some portions of SST first. Then at the end of the class, as in every class I do, I will talk to you, okay? I can see Noras, Deboshmita and Nusaiba, you have raised your hand, but I will talk to you at the end of the class. Now students, you look here, look at this part. In the last class, I have told you about dresses that people living in different parts of India, what are the different kinds of dresses that they wear. Now I will tell you about the paintings of different parts of India. Various types of paintings have developed in India since ancient times. The paintings of different times and eras, that also means the time. They tell us about the lifestyle of people of those times. That means what the people used to draw, what they used to paint. They used to paint how they would live, what were the types of dresses, what were the types of festivals. About their lifestyles, we get to know about their lifestyles. And when it was the king and queen, this system was there. Then also the royal lifestyle, the royal courts. About these, we can know about all these things through the paintings of the previous time. The cave paintings of Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh give us an idea about the lifestyle of people of the Stone Age. Stone Age means people didn't know the use of, Stone Age means they used stones to get the fire. They didn't have mastic and all these developments were not there. People have just started living their life in a normal way. That means before that they didn't used to have even a house. Now they have just, in the Stone Age means there they used to live in the caves, okay? So they were called the cavemen. They didn't know how to make a house, how to build a house. So they used to live in the caves. So in that period of time, people used to also draw or paint their lifestyles, about the different animals, how they live, what do they eat. everything on the walls of the caves. So students, you don't raise your hand right now. At the end of the class, I will talk to you. Okay. So one by one, you're raising your hand. At the end of the class, I will talk to you. Okay. Next, models of Ajanta caves in Maharashtra are some of the earliest examples of paintings. That means the models, different types of models. You can see different types of models are there that are made in the stone, idols and models. They are called the models of Ajanta caves. They are also present in the Ajanta cave. People have drawn many paintings using stones on the walls of the caves. Okay. They also illustrate, that means they also tell us about the legends of Lord Buddha. Okay. So in the Ajanta caves, in the walls of the Ajanta caves, people have painted, they have made models, they have made idols that illustrate, that tell us about the legends, the stories of Lord Buddha. The art of painting was made popular during the Mughal rule in India. So when Mughals came to India and they started ruling many places, they for the first time they brought the art of painting. What is a painting? Before that, people used to draw and carve many models and idols on the walls of the caves and on rocks, on mountains. But when Mughal came to India to rule India, then they introduced the art of painting. The Mughals encouraged art and brought painters from Central Asia and Iran. So Mughals also brought many painters from Central Asia and Iran and told them to paint many different things. What are the different things that the painters have painted, and what can we know from those paintings of the painters? So the painters painted miniature paintings and scenes from royal courts, and the paintings depicted court and battle scenes, stories from Lord Krishna's life. So from Lord Krishna's life stories, we can see them in many paintings, that what he has done during his lifetime, what are the different short stories of Lord Krishna's life, and the battle scenes. Many battles were there, many war was there at that time. So those scenes, battle scenes, we can see, and by those scenes, we can also see what type of instruments people used to use at that time, what they used to eat that time, how they used to live that time, and about of course, about the royal lifestyle. So all these things, how people were at that time, how they used to live, what they used to eat, what they used to, how they used to go for war, and many different stories of Lord Buddha, Lord Krishna, and these things we can see in the paintings of that time period. Next one is architecture. Architecture means designs of buildings and temples, and that means buildings. Okay. So designs of buildings. Architecture is the art of making the buildings. What is architecture? It is the art of making buildings. Various architectural styles have been in practice in India. Some examples are, so what are some examples of some architectures in India? It's a very, very important question. You can even write as VVI, very, very important. You can mark it as VVI. That gives some examples of architecture of India. Okay, so some examples are the Indus Valley civilization, stupas built by the Emperor Ashoka at Sachi and Sarnath, Ajanta Ellora caves, and numerous temples from different parts of India. You will see even the temples in different parts of India, the size and shapes of the temples, they are completely different. Okay, so this also differs, this architectural feature also differs with the different parts of India. The temples of our country, they are also part of rich architectural heritage. Some of these temples have fine carving work on their walls. The Sun Temple at Konark, okay? The temples at Khajuraho in Madhya Pradesh, and the Meenakshi temple of Madurai. They are wonderful architectural designs. The Rashtrapati, now some modern architectural designs we can see in the Rashtrapati Bhavan present in Delhi, and Victoria Memorial in Kolkata, Victoria Terminus in Mumbai. So these are some modern structures that are built by the British who ruled over India. Next part that we can see the music and dance forms in India. Dance and music are very important part of life of India, and the Indian music is mainly composed of folks and classical music. We can see folk music means any music that is limited to a particular locality. But classical music means it's another genre of music. Classical music is also of two types. One is Hindustani music of North India, and another is Carnatic music of South India. Hindustani music of North India. So North Indian classical musics are a little bit different than the South Indian classical musics, which are called Carnatic music. Different musical instruments are also used in India. The name of some instruments. This is also an important question. Okay, that write the names of some musical instruments in India. The examples are veena, sitar, sarod, shehnai, flute. You all know these instruments. Harmonium, you must have seen harmonium and tabla, right? Mridangam, and some other popular musical instruments are also there. And these are the most popular musical instruments whose names are given in this chapter. And most classical dances began as forms of worship. So while worshipping the god, most of these classical dance forms have been created from that point of view, for that purpose that we are going to worship the god. After that, we can see so many classical dance forms are also there. Bhangra is a good example of folk dance. I was telling you that folk dance means the dance form that has originated in a particular part of India and it is still limited in that particular part of India. So Bhangra means Punjabi dance form, right? Like that, so many other different dance forms are there. Like in Assam, that is Bihu, right? Like so many, like this, so many different dance forms are available there. Not all are given here. It is not written in detail here, so you don't need to read it in detail. What is written, you just read that one. Next is our festivals. Indian festivals are celebrated in varied cultures through the special rituals that add colors to the Indian heritage. We all know, Oishi, don't paste any kind of emoji, whether it is a flower or it is a smiley or anything. Okay, I have seen you have raised your hand. At the end of the class, I will talk to you. Okay. So some festivals are there that are celebrated in the summer season. Some festivals are there that are particularly celebrated in the winter season. And in different parts of India, different types of celebrations or festivals and occasions are there. So we also celebrate different religious occasions, the birthdays of divine beings. Divine beings means the gods, the birthdays of gods are in, we also celebrate that. Saints and gurus, like Guru Nanak's birthday, we celebrate it, right? You get a holiday also. So like this, we also celebrate the New Year with the whole world, right? So there are so many festivals that are celebrated in different parts of India. Now we will learn about the names of some such festivals now. The national festivals of India include the Independence Day, that is on 15th August, the Republic Day, that is on 26th January, and Gandhi Jayanti, 2nd October. These are the national festivals that all over the country, all the people celebrate together. Now, beside these, some religious festivals are also there, like Holi, Dashera, Diwali, Eid, Christmas, Guru Purab, Janmashtami, Good Friday, Buddh Purnima, Mahavir Jayanti, Vaisakhi in Punjab, Bihu in Assam, Pongal in Tamil Nadu, Onam in Kerala. These are the harvest festivals. That means during the harvesting season, they celebrate these festivals. you also will have to memorize all these names of festivals. So there are national festivals like the Independence Day, Republic Day, and Gandhi Jayanti. And beside this, some religious festivals are also there. The names are as follows. Then you will have to write them. You must be proud of our heritage and preserve it carefully so that we safely pass it down to our future generation. So these cultural heritages that I have told you in this chapter that are mentioned, that our music, dance form, our architectures, our paintings, our festivals, all these things we should pay respect to it, we should be proud of it, and we should safely pass it to the next generations. To the children, they also know about it, right? So you already know about it, about our Independence Day, Republic Day, Gandhi Jayanti. You all know when we celebrate these festivals, and Diwali is there, Onam is there, Eid is there, and we also celebrate at the same time Christmas, New Year. So we all celebrate all these festivals. You already know it. So this is what is written in this chapter. The tidbit portion you should not skim. You should always read the tidbit section. In the last page, let's see what is written in the tidbit section. So here you can see the tidbit section. The Kumbh Mela, or the Grand Preacher Festival, it is a huge Hindu religious festival that takes place in India every 12 years. So the Kumbh Mela occurs, or it takes place every 12 years. And it's a Grand Preacher Festival that it's a huge Hindu religious festival that takes place in every 12 years. And in the previous page also there is a tidbit box. So let's see what is written there. What extra information is given in that tidbit box? Let's see what is written here. What extra information is given in this tidbit box. I'm zooming in this part. You can see it. The childless Mughal Emperor Akbar, he traveled to meet Saint Sheikh Salim Christie and seek his blessings. Soon after that, he had a son. So, in honor of that great saint, he built an imperial city there, which is known as Fatehpur Sikri. Akbar named his son Salim after the name of the great saint. So, when the childless Mughal Emperor Akbar, he didn't have any child, he traveled to meet a saint. The name of that saint was Saint Sheikh Salim Chishti. And now after he went to seek his blessings, after getting his blessings, Akbar had a son. And this is why he named his son after that saint, that great saint, and he named his son as Salim. And the name of that place he kept in Fatehpur Sikri. Okay? So this is also one extra information that is given in your tidbit section. So you should not skip this tidbit section, as questions may come from these sections also. And never forget to read the action replay part that is given at the end of each chapter. Okay? Now quickly go to the exercise question answer. Exercise question answer. Now I will show you the answers of the questions. I have already sent it in the study material section. Okay? And if you have any problem there, you can tell me right now. If you have any doubt there, you can tell me right now. I have already sent the answers of all these questions in your study material section. And I am also going to show it right now in the class. And if any of you have any doubt from that part, you can tell me. Okay, I'm showing you. So what is the first question? Everyone look here, look at the C section, answer the following questions. Name any 10 languages spoken in India. Name any 10 languages spoken in India. And the answer is, you can see it here. The names of any 10 languages, spoken in India are Assamese, Bengali, Punjabi, Gujarati, Kashmiri, Sanskrit, Sindhi, Tamil, Malayalam, and Marathi. Okay, so these are the names of 10 languages. Among these 10 languages, Sanskrit is not the common language right now, but even in many parts of South India and few parts in North India also, people practice Sanskrit. So this is also counted as a language of India. This is the oldest language of India. Okay, Sanskrit is the oldest language of India. Now let's see what is question number 2. Everyone look at the screen. The question number 2 is, name some dresses worn by Indian men and women. Name some dresses worn by Indian men and women. And the answer will be, the names of some of the dresses that are worn by Indian men and women are salwar kameez, kurta pajama, dhoti kurta, shirt lungi, pathani suits, ghagra choli, etc. So these answers are given in your book, that are taken directly from the book. Okay, nothing extra is written here. Now let's see what is question number 3. Question number 3. Which different musical instruments are used in classical music? Which different musical instruments are used in classical music? And the answer is, some of the musical instruments that are used in Indian classical music are, see the names of the instruments are also given in your book: veena, sitar, sarod, shehnai, flute, harmonium, tabla, mridangam, etc. etc. Okay, so this is the answer of question number 3. The names of some of the musical instruments that are used in Indian classical music. So now the next question, question number 4 is, how the art of painting is important in Indian culture. How is art of painting important in Indian culture? So you can see the answer here, answer of question number 4. So this answer is not written in your book. Okay, so this one I have written this answer, collecting informations from different parts from your book. This one you can also write it yourself. Okay, but the answer should be correct. So let's see what is written here. The art of painting is very important in Indian culture, as paintings of different times and era tell us about the lifestyle of the people of those times. For example, so here T of time will be small, in small letter. Okay, there is a typing mistake. For example, models of Ajanta caves illustrate the legends of Lord Buddha. Mughal paintings tell us about the royal court and the battles of that time. Painters from Central Asia and Iran made many paintings on the royal lifestyles and stories of Lord Krishna's life. Okay, if you write this much, that will be enough. In this question, there can be 3 marks. Okay, so you will get maximum up to 3 marks by this question, or for this question. Now, question number 5, the examples of Indian architecture. Give some examples of Indian architecture. Some examples of Indian architecture are Konark Sun Temple, Ajanta and Ellora caves, Meenakshi Temple, Sarnath and Sachi Stupa, Khajuraho Temple, Rashtrapati Bhavan, Victoria Memorial, etc. So you can see that in your book, it is written in detail, but the question is, give some examples. That means you will have to write only the names. You don't need to write it in detail. Okay, so this is why from that detailed structure that is written in your book, you just take out the names of those architectural buildings. Okay, like Konark Sun Temple, Ajanta Ellora caves, Meenakshi Temple, Sachi Sarnath Stupa, Khajuraho Temple, Rashtrapati Bhavan, Victoria Memorial, etc. Okay, so just give the examples. You don't need to write in detail about that. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm not discussing think and answer questions. I will discuss it in the next class. Okay, so I hope that all of you have got this study material. All the question answers are given from A to think and answer. Okay, so you read these answers. And again, I'm telling you that it's not mandatory that what I send you, you will have to write each and every word of that. Okay, you can make your own answer, you can write it yourself, but make sure that the answer should be correct. Okay, now let's see why you have raised your hand.